Hi everyone, it's Catherine from A Perfect Place to Start, and today I have some of the funnest Dollar Tree gnome projects to share with you, so let's get started. So for this first project, we're going to be using one of the Dollar Tree Christmas trees. I did only use one for this project, but if you've ever used these Christmas trees, you know that they can be pretty sparse, and in fact, one of my little limbs actually broke off. So if you want to zip tie a couple of trees together to give yourself a fuller gnome, you could totally do that. I go ahead and fluff out all the branches and bend them so that they're facing downward, and then I'm going to take this sock that I also picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I'm sorry that this part of my video is so fast. It actually got filmed in the speed up version. So I'm going to take some of this batting and I'm going to stuff it up into the sock just to give it a little bit more fuller look. I did go ahead and put the heel of my sock to the back of my tree, that way it's not noticeable when the gnome is standing up. So once I get the hat to my desired look, I go ahead and glue that branch back on in the front of my tree to give it a little bit fuller look, and then I'm going to take one of these bulbs that also came from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to glue it there in the front. And then I took some holly and berries that I also got at the Dollar Tree just to give his hat a little bit of like funness. And then here is the final look of this gnome. I think he's adorable. You guys let me know down in the comments if you think he has kind of a little bit of Charlie Brown feel to him. So I thought I'd show you guys an alternate to the smaller gnome Christmas tree. This is a tomato cage, and I happen to have this on hand with the garland already wrapped around it. I had used it for another project, but you're going to want to pick up like 2 or 3 of the wired garlands from Walmart and a tomato cage. And I'm going to use a zip tie. I used 3 of them up at the top just to hold like the stake part of my tomato cage in place. Once I get those all zip tied on there, I took this Dollar Tree hat and I just sort of pushed down my greenery and I secured it really tight onto the top. Then I took a red bulb that also came from the Dollar Tree and I go ahead and stick it in there for his nose. You can glue it in as well, and then he is complete. I am telling you guys, these are so cute. They sit on my patio, my porch actually, and they are so fun. I have kind of a Santa, you can see back there, decor going on in my porch, and they just make the funnest decor. So today's video is part of the Santa Travel Around the World Christmas collab put on by Deco Easy. They got some of us together to create some Christmas videos to provide you with some inspiration. So don't forget to go down into my description box after you watch this video, click on the playlist and check out all the amazing creators today and their videos that they came up with for Christmas decorating and crafting. So for this project, we're going to use one of the tinsel signs they have at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a makeover. We're not going to change anything about its shape, but we're going to go ahead and remove this beard. We're going to save this for later to use in a later project in this video. So I'm taking one of these like mop duster things that you can get over in the automotive department, and I'm just kind of gluing it to the shape of the bottom part where his beard was. So I don't cut mine, I just go ahead and glue it around the sides. If you wanted to have more of the rounded shape, I suggest cutting like just a slit so that you can kind of fold it around this bottom part. Mine ends up looking a little bit more square-like, but it's totally up to you. I think he turns out adorable. So once I get his beard glued on, I'm not going to take the tinsel off today because we're just going to be hiding it, but I picked up this hat at the Dollar Tree. I picked up like 6 or 7 of them because I thought the pattern was just adorable, and I love the gray muffler part on the bottom. So we're going to cinch it really well in the back, and then we're going to use some hot glue just kind of to attach to our plastic frame. So I'm going to glue down the one side of the plastic frame, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick up the other side and put a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to glue down the part that I folded there in the middle. So you want to make sure that you have your fabric looking rather nice, even though probably no one is going to see the back of it. But if you want to give this as a gift, you want to make sure that where you cinched it turns out pretty well. So after I get those all hot glued, I go ahead and take the nose that the sign already came with, glue it back down, and then I'm going to glue just a little bit around the sides to give it a snugger fit around the nose. And then I just took some extra greenery. This came from the Dollar Tree as well. I tucked it into the muffler part of the hat, and then I'm going to take the little berries, glue them down as well. I think the berries and the greenery just add like an extra fun element, and I think this little guy would be something that you could find at like Ross or TJ Maxx. I think that he just turned out absolutely adorable, but I decided to go ahead and give him a hanger in the back just in case I wanted to hang him on the wall. So I'm just using a pop tab. That is kind of my secret tip I learned from my sister-in-law. It's easy to hang with those, and then here is the final look of our project. I think he's adorable. You guys let me know down in the comments below if this is something that you would like to recreate. So for this project, we're going to be using this Santa box that came from the Dollar Tree and this beard that came from the Tinsel garland sign that we used in the previous project. So I'm going to go ahead and just hot glue the beard to the front of this box. When I started gluing the beard on, I realized I could have just glued the beard all the way to the top because the sock is going to cover it anyway. Quite a bit of the beard gets cut off. But you know, I guess you could use it for something else as well if you cut it correctly. So you're just going to glue it to the front of the box, and then you're going to glue around to give it the shape of the beard, like as a rounded shape of a face. I went ahead, glued in the sides, then I went ahead and trimmed it, and then went back and glued some more of the sides down. So it's kind of up to you how you decide to attach your fur. You could also use any other kind of fur as well. I think that a mop head would work really good here, or that cream colored nautical rope would work well here as well. So it's kind of up to you. There's a lot of options to use for beards as far as gnomes go. So I'm using the other mate to the sock I used in the previous project, and I'm filling this up with some batting, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the Santa. So I go ahead and pull the sock down in the front only about part way, and then I go ahead and pull the sock down all the way in the back. I did not paint my box, so I didn't feel like it was necessary because none of my box is actually showing. If you don't like that, or if you don't like that it's kind of the neutral color on the sides, you could always paint it the same color as your sock. So once I get my sock on there, oh, I did put the heel of my sock to the back of the box as well. So once you get your sock on, you're going to attach an ornament. I'm using the mini ornaments from the Dollar Tree to the front underneath his hat for his nose, and then this project is complete. I think he turned out absolutely adorable. You guys let me know what you think about him down in the comments below. So here's the final look of all of our gnomes together, and I gotta tell you guys, the Christmas tree gnome, he kind of stole my heart. I think that he might need a girlfriend. You guys let me know down in the comments if you think I should make him a girlfriend to keep him warm for this holiday season. Don't forget to go down into my description box, check out the playlist, don't miss any of my lovely friends' videos. And if you love Dollar Tree DIYs, check out this video next. And as always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start. And I will see you in my next video.